All right. Says we should be live. What's going on, guys? It's Dramon. And if you notice, no Nightwing. The reason why there's no Nightwing is, believe it or not, he did not see the movie. It's crazy. Out of all the people in the world, I thought he would have saw it, but I did my job. I saw it the day it came out. Thursday, I saw it, whatever. But I got a very special guest. His name is Al on Twitter and Instagram. He goes by Commissioner Al. For the longest time, I thought it was Commissioner Real, but whatever. He is a huge comic book fan, and the reason why I have him on today, he's a friend of Wear Testers. He had not one of the, but the strongest reaction I've ever seen to this movie, Suicide Squad.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, come on. It was like, I was like, whoa. And, see, the thing is, the reason why you had such a strong reaction to me was because you're a comic book fan. And usually when comic book fans can get really angry, but they always are somewhat in like denial. They're like, it was but you were just straight like, no. Say what's up, Al. How are you going today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm all right. I'm excited because
I'm a little pissed off you making me do this, but we'll do it.
That's why it makes it so perfect. I just want to lead up to this. I just want to give you my thoughts to what I thought about Suicide Squad, and then I'm going to let you go. If I were to grade this movie on a grade scale, it's like a C, maybe a C minus. I didn't think it was totally bad.
Too nice.
See,
you're too nice.
Totally bad because there were some things I liked in it. Look, I liked it this much. I had to get the boy Will Smith. I like Deadshot. I thought for some reason I was like, they made Diablo work, and Croc looked cool. He was criminally underused. You didn't like how he looked?
Just we'll get into it.
Okay. See, I liked how he looked, and then it's like the music was really jarring, like the soundtrack, but it's like I like those songs. So it was like a love-hate thing. But overall, the movie's a mess. And
Agreed.
I had this idea of Suicide Squad going into it, and it totally was the opposite. So it
was supposed to be DC's Guardians of the Galaxy. Just say it.
Right. It was. It totally was like a Guardians Dark. Kind of like this bizarro Guardians group they're bad people, but you love to hate the bad guy kind of thing. And it came out and you were like, what? And you like if you did like some of these characters, you didn't like them that way. I like Deadshot. Why? Well, because he was Will Smith. That's just the point. And then I like Diablo. Why? Because I thought he was going to be trash. So he kind of surprised me. And I thought the weirdest thing was that Diablo had the biggest character arc. So, but everything from the villain,
I guess
everything was terrible about the
movie.
No
villain. There was no villain.
There wasn't any villain.
There wasn't a villain.
So tell me why nothing worked for you in this movie. What's the biggest thing?
The movie, they had no rules. They just did whatever they wanted. There's no character development. Okay. There wasn't balance between the characters. Some of them got backstories, some of them didn't. Mm-hmm. Killer Croc had nothing. He was nothing at all. And then all of a sudden, he's supposed to be a gangster saying, nah, bro, I'll go.
True.
True. Little things like that. Did he grow up in the hood? Did he grow up in the slums? What did he do?
Mm-hmm. Backstory would have helped.
The movie felt rushed, and I think they panicked a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Because of Batman vs Superman. Oh yeah, they panicked a lot. You can tell. It was horrific. It was really bad. The music choice, I thought it was bad.
No, it was bad.
News from the trailer, it was bad. Yeah, I don't like music from the trailers being inputted in the movies. I just saw Don't Breathe last night.
Right.
Everything from the trailer was not in the movie.
How was that?
And it was fantastic. Oh, it was amazing. It was the closest thing to a perfect movie.
Okay, see, I can't do horror movies. That's just my thing. But I'll see this one because of people saying.
Go see it. It's good.
All right, cool. So, all right, now laser it down. Was there any characters that you enjoyed just a little bit? Anything?
I like Deadshot,
Okay,
but the whole time I was watching him, I was thinking Will Smith.
totally.
It
And
was
I'm
Will
cool
Smith
with it.
being Will Smith, not Deadshot playing Floyd Lyon or Floyd
It
Lyon playing.
But can you agree that it could have been a lot worse? He could have went full Will Smith and totally. I mean, he stole scenes and everything, but it wasn't as overpowering as like a Bad Boys where he's trying to be the center of the universe and everything.
It's Will
But
Smith though. He's
yeah, true.
he's a good actor and he can carry a movie, and that's what he should do. So I thought he was good. I thought Amanda Waller stole the show. She
Okay.
was probably the best person in the movie.
Mhm.
She works for the government, and I don't know about her killing people, but
That's what I was just gonna bring up. What? And look, I get it. Like they wanted
I
that to
know.
show how bad she was, but when she kills those people, spoiler alert, she kills
Sorry.
FBI agents or whatever, like lower level agents, and Joel Kinnaman's character's like just like what? And she's like, they didn't have clearance for that. You knew that. And I'm like, why'd you pick those people then?
I have
You
no
picked the
idea,
team.
and that was the only thing about her. That's whatever. Jeez, who else did I like? I think that's it. I like Batman. I thought his
Okay,
scenes were the best in the movie.
right. You can't go wrong with that. Okay, so I agree with everything you said. The Amanda Waller thing threw me off when she killed the people, but I like Deadshot. Here's one thing that I was expecting to like, but then when I saw it, I was like, what? It was Harley Quinn. It wasn't that it was a terrible portrayal. It didn't feel like a betrayal of the character, kind of like I don't know, like what's one of the worst portrayals in a comic book movie? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, but it didn't like Bane and Dark Knight Rises. It wasn't like, who is this person? What are they doing? This is not what we know. I get you have to take a little bit of creative liberties, like switch it up a little bit. You can't just copy and paste from the comics because it doesn't always work like that. But Harley Quinn, it wasn't like that. She was like, what? It was just kind of like regular.
She was okay. She was just there.
Yeah, she was there, and she's supposed to be. They marketed her as a huge piece of this movie.
Of course, it's eye candy, but her one-liners got annoying.
They did.
The elevator scene where she just killed all those clay monster things, whatever they are.
Right.
There's no way 115-pound chick's gonna do that to them. With just a baseball bat.
That's the thing. Like, okay, I get the whole Suicide Squad thing and built-in deniability, but like, what is she going to do? It's like certain situations maybe, but like this one was not for her. She has a baseball bat and she has a gun, whatever, but what is she gonna do? Like, I didn't really understand the purpose of her character. It was just kind of like they knew they wanted a movie with these characters and they built a bullshit story around those characters.
That was my biggest problem. They should have done what Marvel did, honestly, built from the ground up. Start with the Batman story, put those characters in there, put Killer Croc in there, put Deadshot, put Harley Quinn, put the Joker. Build from that.
It's a reverse Suicide Squad because Suicide Squad, it's reverse. They have this movie and they put Batman in this movie. Reverse it and it would have been much richer,
with Captain Boomerang, same thing. Do a Flash movie. Put Captain Boomerang in there. Put Captain Cold. Put the Rogues. You have the Rogue Gallery in there. You have a bunch of villains, and then pick them all up. Have Batman pick them all of them up. Put them in a Suicide Squad movie. But it's DC, Warner Brothers trying to make money now because they're seeing what Marvel's doing.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Ground up with the Hulk movie, Iron Man, and
I saw. Okay, so I saw an argument by a guy who watches Huertas often. He's pretty strong in his opinions, and he says he's actually really backing up everything the DCU is doing. Like, he's not having it when critics rate it low and all of this stuff. He's just not having it. He's one of those guys. That's fine. He's not wrong. That's his opinion. But he tweeted me. He said, I think the first 3 movies in the DCU are better than the first 3 Marvel movies. So here's what he said. He said the first 3 Marvel movies, Iron Man 2, and The Incredible Hulk. Then you have Man of Steel, BBS, and Suicide Squad. And look, okay, if you want to really break it down, maybe he has a little bit of an argument, but Iron Man 1 set up the universe so good that it just wipes out anything DC did, in my
It
opinion.
really does.
It
It really
really,
does.
yeah.
The Hulk movie it wasn't bad. It's just
I
not some
like the
movie.
Hulk movie.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have it somewhere back there.
Oh,
But
it's great. I liked it. And look, Iron Man 2, it's like, okay, you got us. But again, that first Iron Man is like crazy. And when are sequels ever really better than the original? So you know this going in, right? So you can kind of wash Iron Man 2 because you got Iron Man 1 and there hasn't been a sequel yet in this DCU. And I think that might be something they want to look to, like, why don't we get a Man of Steel already? You know, like, or something. They're just doing it backwards and it's really jarring to me.
well,
And
I'm not a big fan of Henry Cavill, so let's not do that.
wait, what? You don't
I'm
like
not a
Henry
fan of
Cavill?
Henry. No,
Yeah,
I don't.
me
Not at
neither. I
all.
don't get it. I don't get his character at all.
Smile a little bit. Yeah, it's annoying.
He looks
But
constipated constantly.
it's Zack Snyder though. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's screwing up the whole thing.
Here's the thing. People are really like, I don't know about Zack Snyder. I think he's like, I fire him. I don't understand why they're giving him all this money because
He
look,
is so bad. He's made one good movie, 300, and it wasn't
Okay.
even that great. It was just visually
it was just because it was the first thing.
amazing to look at.
Right.
First one in 2000 ever it came out.
Mhm.
Watchmen was an okay movie. I think that's more of the studio that messed it up for him. And then after that, it's just a train wreck.
Mhm.
Sucker Punch
Oh.
was a really bad movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, God, that one hurts.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
He did have that Owl movie, which is like whatever.
Ugh.
No one cares about it. I don't
Yeah.
even know if it's a good or bad movie, but it's the fact that I don't care about it. Just is like, okay. But here's the thing. Zack Snyder, here's my biggest problem with Zack Snyder. And the reason why we're talking about Snyder in the Suicide Squad video is because he set this universe up. It's
Yep.
his vision. He set the tone. Yes, he worked with the studio and they built this vision, but he put it on the canvas, so to say. And this is why we're talking about him. My problem with him is that he has very interesting ideas, but those ideas are so rushed so that he could have an elongated climax. And it's just like, so Man of Steel, there's a lot of good lines in Man of Steel. The one where
Yes,
he's like, can I
agree.
just be your son? And Kevin Costner's like,
Mhm.
you are my son. But the way it was cut was so fast, you couldn't feel the emotion. And I was like, what? It's over? As a kid
exactly.
who
Thank
didn't
you.
have a dad growing up, I'm like, yo, let me watch this, please. His conversations with his mother rushed. And then you get senseless action in Smallville and Metropolis. And I'm like, this rather than the interesting stuff. Same thing with Batman v Superman. You had the elongated climax, and it was just like, we need more interesting things, why these characters hate each other. And the most surprising thing about that movie was the Batman versus Superman fight was rushed. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why
I mean, that movie, let's not even get started. I mean, the dialogue was bad. The editing was really bad. Pacing was horrible. It's horrific. It was worse than Suicide Squad, which I thought Suicide Squad had the worst pacing any movie I've seen. But back to Batman vs Superman. But
okay, so back to Suicide Squad.
yes.
Let's talk about Joker.
Okay.
What are your reactions to this rendition of the Joker played by Jared Leto? What is it?
Leto? Yeah, Jared Leto. I liked it. I liked him. I wish there was more of him.
Okay.
The stuff I didn't like, it wasn't his fault. It was the studio.
Okay.
His introduction, we saw him in Arkham with Harley or Harleen.
Mhm.
And then you saw these bizarre colors, and I hate that. There's no point of having those acid trip colors in that movie. And
Right.
It's me going back to The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger and his introduction with the bank robbery scene.
Mhm.
Perfect. How
Right.
do you top that? You have the pencil trick scene, which was probably one of my favorite scenes of all time.
It's probably the best
And it-
scene in a comic book movie ever.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
after,
it
and
really-
it's not even an action scene.
and that's how you introduce a character that's that big
Mhm.
in this universe. He's the most known villain in comic book history.
Mhm.
And you just throw him in there in Arkham in a straitjacket, weird colors. That wasn't Jared Leto's fault. That was the producers, directors.
Right.
But
So coming out of the movie, I thought I was like, yo, that was terrible. But then a thinking man, I thought, and I was like, yo, that wasn't his fault because it was the studio's fault. Because and then plus all the reports that came after totally sustained that argument. I'm like, okay, so they cut a lot. They totally changed some scenes. The helicopter scene.
Allegedly, we don't
right,
know.
Allegedly, right, allegedly. But if
he
it's
doesn't
true,
watch his own movies.
Right.
Yeah, but he doesn't watch his own movies, and he doesn't really know what got cut out. But if it is true, that guy seems really depressed right now about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. And look and see. So I thought there wasn't enough, and I think it's not fair to be totally like, yo, I hate this Joker, because there wasn't enough. You don't have to like it, but you can't be like, yeah, this is one of the worst Jokers ever, because there's so little. But that helicopter scene, had they just kept it the way it's allegedly supposed to be shot, where he pushes her off, I thought that could have been like, oh, okay, because then it shows how psychotic they are, because they're psychopaths. So he pushes her off, then he saves her. Okay, that is like perfect, like bipolar, just like all of this stuff. They're crazy people. So I would have liked to seen that. I don't think it's Leto's fault. I haven't really seen him improvise a lot with his characters in his other movies, and I think that's a skill you need as a Joker. But I'm still holding my opinion on the Joker fully. But right now, I'm underwhelmed. But I don't think it's a creative decision. I think it's totally an editing thing.
It's not Leto. I thought he did fine. He's a weird dude, and he does what he wants to do. But that causes a whole different problem, because he seems really pissed off about this.
Oh yeah.
And moving forward, what happens if he doesn't want to be part of the next movies?
I think it's a power play to be like, look, if you're gonna have me in it again, you're gonna have me in it, like, and that might mess things up, because the rumors are the Batman movie is gonna be like an Arkham, like the Arkham games, where you have a bunch of characters, and the Joker's a pretty big character in that story, in that game, but he's not like co-starring. He's just in there, and he's influencing a lot of things. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with this Leto thing. But I just don't buy that he went through all that method acting stuff just for what we saw. It's like
he seemed really into it going into the movie, and then now coming out of it, he's really depressed about it. So it sucks for him, but
right. Okay, so let me scroll through the chat section, see. Why do you need it? Someone says, why do you need an uncut version of a movie? Just make the movie. Yeah, no, I get that. He's saying why, and this is a big problem with the DC universe right now, is like, are we just going to keep, after these movies come out in theaters, are we just going to keep hearing about these uncut versions that are way better?
Probably.
That's really sad. And that leads into my next thing that I want to say is, earlier I graded it a C. That's a passing grade. But here's the thing. Everything DC and Warner Brothers does is quantified because of what Marvel is doing, because they're killing it. So a C is really like an F, honestly, because Marvel is making C-list characters. Iron Man, he was a C-lister. Ant-Man, what? Black Widow, what?
The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I remember telling someone, yo, they have a talking raccoon in this way before, like when they announced it. And my friend was like, no, I'm not watching
that says one line and steals the show.
Oh my, Groot. Like, they're making all these characters no one gave a crap about, and they're making it the best stuff we've ever seen on screen, comic book wise. Maybe even just summer movie wise, just the best stuff we've ever seen. Yet we're getting A-listers, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn, underwhelming us. And that to me is a slap in the face to the DC hardcores. I'm surprised that more DC fans aren't in revolt, because I think they're in denial, actually, because it really is a slap in the face that Marvel's able to do that.
They are, and DC does not care, because they're making money still. And the only way for them to care if we stop seeing those movies.
Right.
Which it's so hard to do.
Which is denial. It's denial. Yeah, we're watching it. Yeah, we're watching them.
Yeah, it sucks. But I mean, Guardians, I saw Guardians 7 times just because it was just so perfect. It is. It really was. It is. Dear to my heart, one of my favorite comic books of all time, and I was so happy it was well done. And I love James Gunn.
Oh yeah, don't you have an Infinity Gauntlet?
Oh, right over there.
Yep.
Yeah, right back. I'll pull it up.
This is why I bring him on. You gotta get a man who has an Infinity Gauntlet on, okay? Look at that. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, and it was my wedding cake, so.
It was your wedding cake?
My wedding cake.
That's awesome. Okay, so what do you think should have happened in Suicide Squad? Because I had this idea. I told you that I had a vision as to what this movie was going to be. And here, let me set it off while you think about what should have happened or what should be fixed in the sequel, because they're going to make a sequel. It made money. It made a ton of money, which is sad, but whatever. Here's what I thought. You have the Suicide Squad, which only has 3 metahumans, okay? So really, they're just a bunch of people with really good skills. They're not superpowers or anything. So you kind of have to give them a grounded story, in my opinion. And in the trailers, we saw the government guy go, what if Superman came to the White House, tore the roof off, and grabbed the president? Who would do anything about it? And so I was like, okay, so these government people are concerned with Superman and other metahumans that might come in, but specifically Superman. So I thought that the Suicide Squad movie was going to be the government sending the Suicide Squad to go retrieve the kryptonite that Lex had in Batman v Superman. Because remember, in Batman v Superman, there was that scene where Lex goes to his headquarters and there's all this chaos. And he's walking through and he goes to where the kryptonite was. And the Batarang was there, right? Remember that? So I thought they were going to send a Suicide Squad to fill out that scene, that cut scene, because that's the way it was cut in BVS, and the mission was to go retrieve this kryptonite. And think about it, it's the government killing Americans or whatever, the security guards. Then it would have set up this interesting dynamic where the Suicide Squad didn't know what they were doing. Then as the movie goes on, they figure out, oh my gosh, they're getting something that could hurt Superman, and everyone's turning on each other, and it's this weird heist film. Then you have Batman come in, and he's like, wait, what? The government sent these people? He gets pissed. He takes the kryptonite because he was there originally for it. Then the Joker comes in specifically to save Harley, right? But then he realizes, wait a minute, there's something in here Batman wants. And there's a moment in this movie that's in my head that Joker has to choose between Harley or kryptonite, and he chooses kryptonite just to show how screwed up that relationship is. And to me, I was like, yo,
let's do this movie right now. Come on, let's just do it.
And then here's the thing. What about Rick Flag? You send him there just so if shit hits the fan, you turn and it's like, oh, I'm actually here to capture you guys. And there's your deniability. Joel Kinnaman was there to catch these. I mean, to me, it makes sense. But look, that wouldn't have been dope. It would have made the universe smaller, which is a good thing. You know, Star Wars, there's always this talk about they don't want to make the universe small. Everyone's related to everyone. But in this case, it works because you want to feel like this universe is connected, because I don't feel that right now. This took place in Midway City. It was like, what's going on? But that's what I thought should have happened.
I mean, the whole time I was thinking, I was like, the Flash can't come over and just help them out really quick.
Exactly.
Batman where it does something. Aquaman's around. This movie is just
no, and it's
how to fix this movie. I don't know. I think it was the first quarter of the movie was okay. It was okay. After that, it was just a train wreck, and there's nothing they could have done between Enchantress dancing at the end. Like, she forgot she had powers at the end, and she's like, "Oh, okay with this." Took their weapons. Yeah, don't.
She fell for the easiest trick in the book where Harley was like, you can bring me Mr. J back. And then I was like, what? Come on, you're not going to fall for that. And she fell for it. And the funniest thing is the way they beat her, Enchantress, is they throw a bomb in and they shoot the bomb. What about a rocket launcher? What about an airstrike? What about a drone?
Yeah.
A drone? Come on, a GoPro, take a GoPro drone, but just attach some C4 to it and put it in the bill and you're like, oh, but she was shooting down planes. Well, Boomerang did get a boomerang like right in there, and it was like
he really did.
So just shoot a rocket in there. It was really confusing.
Yeah, this movie was just doomed. And they knew that.
I feel like they did because
going forward, I have no idea what they're going to do. You could reboot the whole Suicide Squad, get some new people in.
That's the word.
The right way. Yeah.
That the second one will be like there'll be some characters from this movie, but then they're like, what about Riddler, Mr. Freeze, and they're gonna bring
Riddler. You have King Shark. You can do. There's a lot you can do. You have Captain Cold out there, but I'm guessing they want to save all those characters for their individual movies because now they're starting to do that now with the Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman movie. So we'll see. God, Captain Boomerang. What was the point of him even being in the movie?
I know, right? He threw 2 boomerangs. That's what he did. Captain Boomerang threw 2 boomerangs. That's ridiculous to me.
And going into that movie, he was probably the most guy I was excited for. I was really excited for him.
Oh,
yeah,
bummer.
Because
that's a bummer.
In the comic books and the animated series, he's just show stealer. But in this movie, there's no point in being. And then you have Killer Croc. So Nightwing, I know you're not watching this. I apologize to you. Okay, he looked so badass with his jacket and his clothes on.
Yes,
he took off his clothes,
and it was weird. It was weird, right? Especially when he was throwing the bomb.
He looked like me. He was built like me.
Yeah.
Big old head with a body like me, maybe smaller than me. They needed someone like maybe Brock Lesnar, a Bob Sapp, someone big and jacked to just fill that role. Mm-hmm. I'm happy they went practical and didn't go CGI on him, but God, it was bad. You couldn't understand the guy. When he said BET at the end, I had to look around like, what did he just say?
Yeah,
3D TV?
Sure. Mm-hmm. And it was even worse because that when he was throwing the bomb, it was in slow-mo, and you could totally tell that this it wasn't like practical. It was like spandex, like
it wasn't finished.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, they're really like that's the thing that's the director's fault because it's like you're supposed to notice details like that. Like, okay, that doesn't look good in slow motion. Let's not do that, but they did it. And here's another thing: that Enchantress scene where they kind of hinted at the Mad Love, or they gave a little homage to the Mad Love comic book,
which was cool.
It was like you liked it. What?
Yeah, I did.
Why not the paint? Just keep the painted face, because if I remember in the panels, they were all like little Joker. They were little Joker babies. They still had the paint on their face or the ass, whatever. They still looked like their characters. They were just in this regular suburban setting, and I thought I didn't get why Harley Quinn didn't have her thing and Joker. It was just Jared Leto. It was
30 Seconds to
Jared Leto from American Psycho, and I was like. Is he going up to his work to go meet Christian Bale or what? But I liked how they gave a little homage to that, but I didn't like how they just stripped the character, because if I were just to show you that scene without this movie to a random person, they wouldn't get that she was crazy. It just looks like a regular.
And that was the thing with the movie. They made them way too likable. I mean, they're bad guys. Treat them like bad guys.
Right.
That's it right there.
And
that's the concept of the Suicide Squad.
The person you hated the most was probably Rick Flag. You were like, this guy's an asshole. And he's a good guy. So there was a lot of missed opportunities here.
I mean, all the elements were there. The movie just fell flat, and that's what happens with the DC movie right now. I mean, it's like that with all their movies. All the elements are there, and the movie falls flat.
So I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat say the DCU is in trouble. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming slate as it relates to Suicide Squad. So we know there's Batman Solo coming out. We're probably going to get some of the characters in Suicide Squad in that movie. It's going to be fine because Ben Affleck is involved and he makes good stuff. Okay.
Just make sure Zack Snyder's not part of the movie. Have Ben Affleck direct it, produce it, do everything.
Everything.
I know Jeff Johns is in the movie or producing the movie or helping. He's co-creator. but people forget he was part of that Green Lantern movie, which
I know
was
people.
the worst comic book movie.
People always bring up, oh, there's Jeff Johns now. Nightwing is
Nope.
one of these guys, and I'm like, yo, like, okay, not just Green
he was
Lantern,
part of that Green Lantern movie.
but if you watch the behind the scenes of BVS, like, I just don't pick up what he's buying or throwing down. Like, I'm like, he was like, yo, they're both named Martha. We couldn't even believe when we figured it out. And I was like, you're an idiot. But anyways, so the upcoming slate, Comic-Con, I want to talk to you about it. The Justice League trailer. What did you think?
Looks bad.
It looks bad, right? People hate me for this, but it looks bad.
I have a feeling Jason Momoa can't act at all.
Well,
so it's going to be a train wreck.
I think it's a little bit more than a feeling, brother. And look, I'm from Hawaii, and he's from Hawaii. I'm talking about my own brother there, but I'm telling you.
But man, I have a feeling he's not going to be in the movie a lot. And it's going to be them begging him to join Justice League. And he'll join at the end. It'll be a big old scene. CGI will probably look really bad. His acting will probably be horrible. There's a reason Game of Thrones he didn't have
no lines.
Like no lines. He was just a person there.
He's a brute.
Basically.
I thought the Aquaman was the worst part of that trailer. Yes. They didn't even call it a trailer, whatever, footage. But I just thought it was, here's another thing about Zack Snyder. So the scene where Bruce is talking to all those people about basically Aquaman, here, there's this guy, he feeds you.
Yeah.
And everyone's looking at Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. And then Bruce says, that was last night. And then Jason Momoa turns around and he says, talk. That's called a money shot.
Yeah, that's a Zack Snyder money shot.
It makes no sense. Everyone's looking at it, Bruce Wayne, except this one dude. I just can't wait to see how that scene plays out, because the way it's cut in the trailer is like, it's just weird. So the only reason why they have that scene set up like that is so that Zack Snyder can get that trailer shot where he's like, talk. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, and they're gonna have it in the movie, and they're hoping for a big reaction, and they won't get it.
No, they won't. Oh, okay, so what about the Flash portion in that Justice League trailer?
I trust Idris Miller. I like him as an actor. He's really good. I don't know. I really don't know. I want to like that scene. I think it's the best scene in that trailer for some reason.
Okay.
That doesn't say much, but
I tried really hard. But I don't like it as much as I'm trying to like it.
It seemed like they're trying to change this whole thing into a Marvel movie with a little more comedy in there.
And comedy is all about timing. The way it was cut in that footage trailer / thing could be totally different in the actual movie.
I hope so. I hope that's just a little portion of that movie, or that scene in the movie. If that's the scene in the movie, then it's a train wreck from the start.
Right.
Again.
And I thought Cyborg was particularly corny. He still looks like a CW character, because in the BBS it looked like a CW scene. In this one, it still did. Like, he was walking around doing his like little angry walk, and I was like, okay, is this before? It's clearly before he becomes Cyborg, but like, why is that in the Justice League movie? Are we gonna get a background on him? I thought that was gonna be in the solo movie. I don't know. It was weird. And then I just thought the overall line delivery was weird. Like, I thought you weren't real. I am when I need to be. I was like, okay, what?
Yeah, that was the scene. I just put my head down. I just turned and looked. I was like, are you serious?
That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. I think Cyborg, they're going to treat him like the Vision in Avengers. Something like that. But who knows? He's still a kid in high school. I don't know how they're going to treat it, or a kid in college, whatever it is. But
I hope
it looks bad.
I hope that they develop the Cyborg Flash relationship, because they have a really good dynamic, particularly in the Justice League game. I was like, yo, that's a buddy cop film right there, And I was like, yeah, I want to see that. So I hope maybe that develops a little bit. But
you probably won't. You'll probably get Green Lantern in the Flash. That probably makes more sense. If they're smart, that's what you would do.
Who are they going to get for Green Lantern? Can we just announce this already? Who do you want as Green Lantern? Who's the rumors? It was Chris Pine, but he's not. He's I
know Tyrese from he's been trying to. Oh yeah, of course, it's money for him, and part of me thinks he could kill it, but who knows?
Do you think
Uh,
Idris Elba would be a
yep,
good fit? But
that's
he's
the one.
Heimdall.
I don't, God, I don't know.
Could they do it? They
They
should.
should do it.
Yeah,
I don't
they should.
know if they're gonna pay him to do it because they're paying a lot for everyone
Right.
else right now.
Right.
Yeah, he would be the one. I mean, Michael B. Jordan's always there. That's the name
Always.
that
Always.
was tossed out there.
Yeah,
But
it'll be interesting. Okay, so the next DC thing to come out of Comic-Con. What did you think about the Wonder Woman trailer?
um, it reminded me of Captain America.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Sounds like you said it like a good bad thing.
It all depends. I mean, it looks good. The action looks really good. I don't think Gal Gadot could act at all. There's a reason in the Fast movies that she was just like
She was terrible in the Fast
movies, and you're like, I understand why you're there. You're a pretty girl and you're gorgeous. And
did you see me and Nightwing's video to the Wonder Woman trailer?
I saw some of it. I wasn't really paying attention.
I loved this trailer, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because I was legitimately scared at all those women, okay? Especially the shot with the horses. I was like, I do not want to piss any of those women off because they look scary. I thought the effects were better than anything I saw in Batman v Superbad.
Yeah.
Especially where she's like bow and arrowing backwards. I was
the lasso looked good.
The lasso did look good. Nightwing said it didn't look good. I was like, yo, what are you talking about?
I was okay with it.
And I thought it worked because it was this drab World War I scenery with this glowing. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah,
but the reason why I like this trailer the most is because I could already see the character arc that Gal Gadot, I don't know if it's her or Gadot. I don't know if it's her, what she did or what the writers did or whatever, whoever it is, whoever's behind this, you could see the character arc because she's falling for Chris Pine. She's a little bit more naive where she's like, what she is gonna it looks like she's gonna assassinate that dude in the ballroom or whatever. You know, she's a little bit more naive. And then in BVS, she was like kind of like, oh, you're a boy. She was calling men all these boys, and she wasn't taking no shit from anyone, and she was just kind of brushing them off. You know, she was like, oh, whatever. But in this, she was looking into Chris Pine's beautiful blue eyes, and she was like, oh, she's quivering in her legs. And that's, when you think about it, it's all stereotypical women characteristics or whatever you want to call it, or actions. But when you look at how she was in BVS, it's really an arc, and to me it looks like she's going to learn. And even in that scene where she's like this with all those bullets coming to her and she's like, in BVS she was like grinning through that whole fight. She was like enjoying it, and that to me shows a character arc, which is why I thought this trailer was crazy.
I agree with you. Yeah, you turned it around for me. I think Chris Pine is just forcing her to act better. That's
true, but that's a good thing. And see,
it's a good thing.
That opening shot in the trailer where she's like, "You're a man," and then he's like, "Don't I look like one?" If you read that on a piece of paper, you would think it's an excerpt from a cheesy romantic novel that you find at the bottom of a barrel in a bookstore. But the way they acted, I thought they sold it, and I was like, "Yo, cool."
Yeah. That's why they got Chris Pine. He's a good actor, and he's forcing her to act her ass off. So good for her.
That's true. Prove
me wrong. Did you see what that executive from DC or Warner Brothers said about the movie? How is it a disaster right now?
I heard the Patty Jenkins saying it's not a disaster. Well, what the hell are you supposed to say? But what did that executive say?
Basically, she said that the movie's a disaster right now, and she was getting all pissed off at Kevin Sugimoto or Sugihara, whatever his name is, the chairman for Warner Brothers. Basically bashing him for Zack Snyder keeping his job. And
well, I'm with her on that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, well, that's a bummer, but hopefully that's not true.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
There is definitely, and that's what people didn't want to believe me in way back when I was doing Batman v Superman like reactions to the trailers, I was like, yeah, I don't know about this movie, you know, and I was like, this trailer kind of set a bad taste in my mouth, and then the movie happened, and I was like, well,
I said the same thing about Suicide Squad when you heard about the reshoots. Like, oh no, we're just acting a couple. No, it's if you're doing reshoots, it's a big deal.
It wasn't just the reshoots; it was the reshoots to change the levity of the movie, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Because see, the reason why I'm not so afraid of reshoots is because these big budget movies, they have the budget to do reshoots. The smaller movies don't, so they have to work with whatever they shot, and sometimes that actually works out, and it might make the movie a little bit better because you have to get more creative with the way you cut the movie and the way you play things out. But then with reshoots, you just go get what you want, and that could kind of hurt it, in my opinion, because what you have on paper might not always, on the storyboards, might not always translate with the audience. But at the same time, reshoots are kind of good, so you can actually get what you did want, all those money shots or whatever. I'm sure Civil War had reshoots, and that worked. You know,
yeah, of course.
Spider-Man, they didn't know until, you know, halfway making the movie, they were like, oh, we got Spider-Man, and they fit him in. But yeah, that's why I'm not too scared about reshoots. But this case for Suicide Squad messed it up. I heard there was like 7 cuts of this movie.
I'm guessing Slipknot probably got cut out of the movie.
Hilarious. That was hilarious. He showed up and died.
Yeah. Well, someone had to die, and you knew that was going to happen.
Right. Just to show that bomb thing worked. No, I get it. But so look, at the end of the day, I took some good things away from Suicide Squad. I don't understand when people say, yo, we need a Deadshot solo. I don't even know where to begin, how that will work. Like, he was a good character, but that doesn't mean we need a solo.
I've heard Harley Quinn, a solo movie for her, and that's a disaster right there.
Even what if they did the Gotham Sirens though? Would you buy it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I agree, but I mean, I'm not going to say it cannot be done. I'm just saying
maybe down the road.
Yeah, maybe down the road. True.
Don't try to squeeze in the next 4 years, 3 years. Mm-hmm. Please don't.
Okay, so yeah, at Harley, we talked about Joker, we talked about Deadshot, we talked about everything.
Not Katana.
Oh my God.
That's it. That's it.
Right.
Just say her name.
That's the problem with this movie. You forget things even happen because, right? Okay, Katana. All right. She has a very interesting backstory.
Yep, she really does.
And they gave us like 45 seconds.
Oh, with the Soul Blade? Yeah.
Don't you think they could do a solo of that? That would have been cool. What if in the dream world, Quentin Tarantino directed a Katana movie?
That would be perfect. He would be the perfect guy to do that.
It would never happen in a bajillion years.
He would never.
But it would be in a parallel universe, in another dimension that's out there.
Oh God, that would be so bad.
That happened, and everyone loved it.
Yeah. Too bad we'll never see that.
Right. So Katana. Do you think she sold the character?
She's all
for the very little she was in it.
Minutes of her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the CW did it better.
Okay.
Her costume was a little goofy in the CW, but I like that character better. But she had 10 episodes and versus 2 minutes of screen time.
It's a shame. That's what I'm talking about. These DC fans should really be more angry because the CW did a character better in a feature full-length movie.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good. That's like if that would be like if the Lion King spin-off show on Disney XD is better than the Lion King. Okay, that should not sit well with people. Okay, it's a shame.
Yeah, and Captain Boomerang is the one that hurts me the most.
Hurts you the most?
It really does. I mean, Killer Croc, I don't even care. Nightwing, you're right. He looks like a pop figure, giant head, small body. You win.
By the way, you have this Instagram where you just throw all your pop figures of Suicide Squad. And I was like, Yo, you bought all, and it was like Suicide Squad pop figures. So you bought those before you saw the movie,
I did.
obviously.
Yeah.
Man, that just shows. See, they kind of sold you. Were you sold on the trailers like completely? You were like, yo, this is gonna be good.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Okay.
I the trailer showed everything in the movie basically.
Right.
And they took some stuff out, which makes
they
no
did take
sense.
stuff out, which is so funny. The grenade thing with the Joker, nowhere to be found in the movie.
And I thought that was a cool scene in the trailer.
Oh my god!
When he's like, "Bye bye."
Yeah, I was sold on the first couple trailers, and then when they started adding Queen and all these, that music was where I was like, what happened to the original Comic-Con trailer where it was dark as hell? I wanted to see that movie. Do you think a dark tone, because clearly this movie was not dark, it was light. It kind of felt like we talked about earlier, Bizarro Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you think a darker tone would have helped this movie in a big way?
I think David Ayer's known for his rated R action, and Jared Leto said it himself that he felt like if there's any movie, comic movie that should be rated R, it should be this one. And I agree.
You think it should have been rated R?
Should have been rated R. I mean, it comes down to money. They wanted everyone to see this money, and they forced it to be PG-13. And probably maybe those are the scenes that got cut. They're rated R parts, but
you could say though, Deadpool. I mean, hey, it made a ton of money and it was rated R. So I don't know if that used to be a valid argument where you're like, yeah, you know, PG-13 more money, but
no, it's different. It's changed.
I think you could only use that argument for a Star Wars movie, because like that has a potential to get like billions. I don't think we ever thought Suicide Squad was gonna get billions. I don't even think Guardians got billions. It made a ton of money, not billions. So if you're not making $1 billion movie, then I think rated R can work. I mean,
what I'm hearing about Guardians right now, Guardians 2 is it sounds insane with Baby Groot, and they're gonna sell a lot of merchandise with him.
Oh my God, Baby Groot!
Yeah,
I might just actually adopt an actual tree.
Yeah,
or like a baby.
It's really smart by them.
That's what I'm talking about. We care about Groot. He's a tree. He says one word. And then we're like, Harley Quinn. She's like, whatever. But, you know, let's see what the chat says, and then we'll finish it off. People are saying, yes, I would have loved a rated R movie. Look, I think David Ayer is a good director. There was one movie where I was like, it's just okay. Did you see that Sabotage movie with Arnold?
No, I haven't. It's sitting somewhere here, but I heard it was okay.
It was okay, but the action was crazy. Yeah. Super rated R, by the way. So if you like rated R movies, that's the movies. Okay, let's see. All of the Flash's rogues, Captain Boomerang always seem to be the one who is ruthless and cross the line. Did you read that report about who's going to be in the Flash solo movie?
I saw the rogues were.
Yeah, it's like and Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, which it should be.
True. Let's see here. People are asking, where's Nightwing? I don't know, but I was asking that myself when I was watching Suicide Squad. They could have put Nightwing in there.
It's the smartest movie.
By the way, what is DC doing? They're dicking around. Nightwing, just put him in the universe. What are they waiting for?
I don't know. Probably a solo Batman movie.
You think they would put him in a solo Batman movie? He would kind of steal the light from Batman, because I was envisioning the Batman movie to be the most streamlined movie in the DCU, where it's Batman. We're not going to have this other crap in here. It's a Batman.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he can't have a solo movie right now. He needs to be in some solo movie with someone, and Batman is the only one. And even if it's just a scene or two, just so you know he's around, Batman giving him a call because he needs a little help.
Okay.
So be it. And the thing about Suicide Squad, did you read those character bios that they had for everyone?
Well, I didn't read them. I saw
it was impossible to read. That was my point.
Oh, in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's quick.
Yeah, it was quick. It was
Yeah.
3 seconds. But did you see the one about what Harley said? Accomplished to the death of Robin.
Of Robin. See, originally I thought it said she killed Robin, and I was like, Chris,
Which
you
I
won't
thought.
believe this. You thought that too. I was like, Chris, you won't believe this. Harley killed Robin, not Joker. What is going on? And he was pissed. He was like, yo, that's screwed up. And then then I saw the screenshot. I was like, oh, accomplice to the death of Robin. But
And then the movie was bad. You couldn't read any of that stuff.
But why did they have to put that? Why did they have to throw in Robin's name there? That's the thing. It's like, why do they keep throwing in these things?
Just to say he's part of DC EU. But that's it, really.
Yeah, true. So people are saying you can't really F up Batman and Superman. What did you think of Man of Steel? Did you
I hated it.
Okay, you hated it. See,
the elements were there.
Again.
Henry Cavill never smiled. I always thought of Superman being this happy dude and saving the world. No, he was just so angry the whole time. Decent movie. I didn't really hate it.
Like we talked about, there's so much potential. There were so many interesting things that were rushed, and it didn't work out. But what did you think of the overall, like, the design of Krypton? Did you buy that?
We haven't really seen it before, and it looked okay to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that, but I agree with that person. It's impossible to screw up a Batman movie. I mean, I won't say it's impossible. Batman vs. Robin. But yeah, it's hard to screw it up. And just don't put Zack Snyder in it. Go get Frank Miller's old ass. He's still bitter about Sin City too.
You know who they should get? Oh wait, you just said Frank Miller.
Oh, Frank Miller, yeah.
I meant George Miller. Why not, man? He was supposed to do Justice League Dark.
Yeah, I know.
And he did Mad Max, which was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's movie of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fantastic film. Jeez, I don't. He's better than Zack Snyder. Yeah.
See, Zack Snyder put us in this weird position where it's like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think him overseeing everything is just a mistake. And his vision of this whole Justice League universe, it's not going to work with him there. Are we going to see Martian Manhunter ever? We should.
That's my favorite.
Are we going to see Brainiac? I mean, if they do a Man of Steel 2, Brainiac needs to be in it.
Okay. That's what you want to see from Man of Steel 2. I find it funny how they announced Man of Steel 2, because it's just like, first of all, this should have been announced a while ago. In fact, we probably should have got a Man of Steel 2 before Justice League. I don't know. It was just weird. I don't know what they're doing. And there's all this talk about the black suit Superman and all this. I don't know. Like, again, at the end of the day, just like we talked about with Suicide Squad, they're rushing everything. They really are. And here's I'm going to go on such a rant. Look, people are saying, yeah, but they're trying to bank in on the comic book thing. It's hot right now. Strike the iron while it's hot. That's such fucking bullshit, because we've been making comic book movies forever, okay? We had the Schumacher Batmans, and then before that, we had the Tim Burton Batmans, 80s, 90s, 2000. We had the Nolan Batmans. Every decade, there's a comic book movie. We're always going to be making these things. They're not going to be going away. They're always going to be here, so there's no need to rush it. Just do it, okay? Because we're always going to be making comic book movies. X-Men came out in, I believe it was 99 or 2000, but we're always going to be making comic book movies. Always. Just do it. Especially the reason why we didn't have as many back in the day was because technical limitations. We didn't have the computer-generated effects to bring these characters to life, or all the cinematic tools. We didn't have as much as we did back in the day, which is why we don't have as many of these properties. You couldn't do Guardians. I'm sorry. You probably couldn't do Guardians back. No. I mean, a tree and a raccoon. You couldn't do it in the 80s or the 90s, but now we can. They're always going to be around. So DC people who say that they have to rush it, you don't, because we're always going to have these things. And Batman and Superman are forever. They will forever be alive. They will never die or go away. So you could just chill with putting them all together. We want to see these characters. And again, back to the slap in the face of the DC fans. Thank you. It's such a travesty, and you guys should be more upset, and you shouldn't be asking to petition Rotten Tomatoes. It's not their fault. First of all, stupid. It's not their fault. Okay, they just take what people say and they put it in this tomato meter. Okay, it's not Rotten Tomatoes' fault whatsoever. They're not critics, but oh my god, the critics have a point. It's just not a good. You can't, if you liked Suicide Squad, I respect it, but you can't tell me it's as good of a film as Civil War, Guardians. You can't.
I had to unfollow a friend because he said Deadpool was worse than Suicide Squad. Just simple unfollow. I was like, oh, I'm done with you.
See, I wasn't. I liked Deadpool. I didn't like it as much as other people, but it is not worse than Suicide Squad. I would much rather watch Deadpool than Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Mainly because they have 2 extra characters. And they have Deadpool and a bad guy. They don't have this, and this. That's my main problem with the DC universe. But look, that's our thoughts really about the DCU as a whole, as Suicide Squad. I want to thank you, Al, for coming on.
No problem,
it was much respect. We want you on a 3-man chat with me, you, and Nightwing. Maybe when Doctor Strange will book it. You guys could follow Al. All his Twitter stuff is in the comments below. I'm telling you, he's funny guy.
On everything.
Commissioner Al on everything. He's funny guy. You watch, if you like UFC, you like comic books, you like movies, watch it. This dude was first in line to a Dragon Ball Z movie. Okay, so that's how I know he knows his shit. Okay, so if you want funny, look at this. See, there you go. So Commissioner Al on everything. Links in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching. As soon as Nightwing watches the movie, which is probably going to be on DVD, but he's old. It might be VHS. We will do another one of these, and we'll get everyone on here. So once again, thank you, Al. Thank you for everyone watching.
Yep, no problem.
Catch you guys in the next one.